Good morning, everybody. Good morning, and praise the Lord. Welcome back to another Good Morning Grief Devotion. It's your boy, Pastor Corey Allen Duncan Sr. I'm so happy and excited to be here with you on today to lead you in a very special way, and yet another Good Morning Grief Devotion. Hey, yo, this is the daily grief devotion that is strategically designed to help you to navigate through your grief one day at a time. What is grief? I'm so glad you asked. Grief, my brothers and sisters, it is the natural and normal response to loss, change, and transition that results in the expressions of feelings and emotions. Grief is what you feel on the inside. Mourning is what you reveal on the outside. Therefore, we don't suppress it, but we express it. We don't ignore it, but we explore it. We don't conceal it, but we reveal it. We don't lock it up, but we let it out. And that's why we shout good morning, because mourning is a good thing. So grateful, very grateful that you are here with us today as we dare to prepare to dive into this grief devotion. Super duper excited to have this wonderful opportunity. Today is day 94. Thank y'all for coming back for some more. We're going to talk about sometimes understanding means standing under. Sometimes understanding means standing under. Let's see what we're talking about today. As I work to befriend and understand my grief, I will at times realize that life and death contain many mysteries. As I work to befriend and understand my grief, we talk about this under all the time. The importance of befriending your grief, the importance of understanding your grief and navigating through that process. As you work to do both of those, you will realize at times that life and death contain many mysteries. As you work to befriend and understand your grief, you'll understand that life and death contain many mysteries. I may not ever truly understand why someone I love had to die. Let's get back to it. Life and death contain many mysteries. Mysteries, those things in which we do not understand. It's a mystery. Things that you try to make sense of, things that you try to comprehend, things that you try to, you want to add things up. Life and death contain many mysteries. They contain things that you won't understand. They contain things that won't add up. That they will contain things that you really just can't even comprehend. They contain things that do not make sense, including that, here it is, including that is I may not ever truly understand why someone I love had to die, right? I may not understand why life unfolds as it does. Now, in generally, we know that everybody has to die, right? We know if you are living, if you are, if you down here, we know that at some sooner or later, at one point in time or another, right, that everybody will have to go that way. Everybody will transition from life to death. Everybody will be in the position to where they will have to, they will go to their eternal rest, hopefully and prayerfully. That's where they go, right? So we know, just in generally speaking, that everybody has to die, period. We know that. when it comes to when it comes to death, I think a lot of times we get caught up in the when and the how and the where and all of that type stuff, right? And so when it says like we start talking about I may not ever truly understand why someone I love had to die. So once again, we know that everybody is going to pass, but sometimes it's just the timing. Sometimes it's the how. Sometimes, it could be it's the too soon. Sometimes it can be the manner in which it happened. Sometimes, we just felt like we had more time. Sometimes we just felt like it was unfair. Sometimes we feel like, well, even if it wasn't a sickness, if it wasn't this, that, and the other, if it wasn't, that they got up in age, it's like they were just snatched too soon or fair. They were innocent bystander, right? Like they were just at the wrong place at the right place at the wrong time, right? So sometimes it's the mystery that is surrounded around some of these things. I'll tell you all the time. I reference or mention my sister. Um, her particular situation, she was 24 years old. It was her wedding day, right? And she falls out at the altar. And we're thinking, man, she gonna be all right. No, she dies a week later, right? And so the mystery, surrounding around, and we can spiritualize it and romanticize it, which we did. Like, he came and got his bride, you know. God came and got his bride, and all of those wonderful things. We say stuff like that, and I mean, it's beautiful, it's cute, it may give you peace, but the mystery around that, right? At a wedding, surrounded by family and friends, and this is how your life is going, right? And there's so many other people, so many other examples, so many other situations and circumstances. The mystery around it that we try to understand and we try to comprehend it, right? I may not understand why life unfolds as it does. We may not understand why life unfolds the way that it does. We may not understand it. And as much as we try to comprehend it, we may not understand it. Why my grandbaby had to be taken so young, why my son or my daughter had to die in such a tragic way, why my mother had to suffer, or my grandmother or my father. Why did it have to go like that? Why did it have to be an accident? Why did it have to be cancer? Why did they have to whittle down to 70 pounds? Why did this have to happen? Why did that? Why? They were innocent. They never hurt it. They never hurt anybody. You know why? It's so much that takes place. It's so much that goes on, right? That we try to understand. It's a mystery. Sometimes understanding grief means standing under the mysterious experience of human life and death. Y'all hear that? Sometimes understanding grief means standing under the mysterious experience of human life and death. When this happens, I can choose to surrender my need for control and judgment. I can choose to surrender my need for control and judgment. I'm going to say that again because I know it's going to bless somebody. Sometimes understanding grief means standing under the mysterious experience of human life and death. I'm standing under this mysterious experience. And when I'm standing under this mysterious experience, watch this, I can choose to surrender my need for control and judgment. Surrender your need for control and judgment. Some of you, because we want to control, we want to understand, we want to judge, we want to control, and we can't. You got to surrender that, right? Surrender is not the same as giving up. We don't give up. Surrendering to the unknowable mystery is a courageous choice and an act of faith. Surrendering under the unknowable mystery is a courageous choice and an act of faith. Y'all, there are some questions that we have that may not be answered. There are some there's a mysteriousness to some of the things that you had to endure and go through, right? And so sometimes I love it. I love the way that this devotion terms it. Understanding grief means standing under the mysterious experience of human life and death. Sometimes you got to stand under the mysterious experience. Mysterious, it's a mystery. I don't know. I don't know why this way. I don't know why so early. I don't know why in this manner. I don't know why. It's a mystery. So we stand under that and we surrender our need for control and judgment. We can't control it. I can't judge the situation, right? I don't know why God would come and get his bride in front of a church, family, friend. I don't know why at that moment her knees would buckle and she would fall back. I don't know why that would be her last moments with us. Surrender is not the same as giving up. Surrendering to the unknowable mystery, it's an unknowable mystery. There's questions we have that we may not know. There's answers we seek that we may not ever get, right? And so, surrendering to the unknowable mystery is a courageous choice and it's an act of faith. Here's the final thought. I am in awe of and celebrate life's many mysteries. I am in awe of and I celebrate life's many mysteries. Y'all, life is filled with mysteries, especially when it comes to not just life but death, right? And sometimes we got to know and understand that sometimes understanding means standing under. I hope this lesson made sense, and I hope it helps bring some type of clarity and even peace to people, to where there's some type of mystery surrounding around um, the loss, change, and transition that you've experienced, right? We may not understand it, we may not comprehend it, and sometimes we have to stand under, right? Stand under the mysterious experience of human life and death. Pastor Corey Allen Duncan Sr., I love y'all with the love of the Lord. I hope you have a wonderful Wednesday. Stand under. I love you.